Hey, I wanted to come to you guys with this simple leadership truth. It's going to be pretty eye-opening. No matter what year you had in 2006, it's new. It's a new year, time for activity. A lot of you guys may have been with Plexus for a while, but here's the hard, simple truth. This jumpstart January, earning the Garmin will set the pace for the rest of the year. If you are trying to get to a next rank, earning a Garmin is not even a question, is unquestionable. It is hands down what you must do this month, especially if you are working towards your next rank. How amazing this company is rewarding us with something for doing what we need to be doing every single month anyways, which is activity, which is getting back to activity and adding 3 new ambassadors, 3 new customers, and doing that. And why this has nothing to do with the watch and has everything to do with leadership. Everything to do with leadership. I want to ask you this question. Are you the hardest working person on your team? Because people will not follow you unless this is a John Maxwell rule. People have to buy into their leader. They have to buy into their leader or they won't follow suit. So how are you being the leader that your team needs? Hands down, basic math. If you get the Garmin, you teach your people to earn the Garmin, your team will grow. Like, stop trying to figure out this concept of what I should do. This is simple. You do the skills to get the Garmin, you teach your team to do the skills to get the Garmin. You'll rank up, you'll get convention prizes. It's just that simple. But here's another thing I wanted to remind you guys of. Be the hardest worker on your team, but also tell your team what you do. You have no idea the impact that will make. I've been trying to do that every day this month. If I reached out to X amount of people, I tell my team. If I send out an email to old customers, I tell my team. If I was engaging somebody on Facebook, I tell my team. Tell them what you're doing. They don't know what you do. And if they see that you're doing it, they see that they need to be doing it too. Okay? So here's the deal. Decide today. You still have 12 days left in this month. 12 days to get at it, to put personal recruiting as the #1 priority. Work your tail off. Tell your team you're going for it. Tell your team the things you are doing to go for it and work for it. Okay? It is unfair and honestly ridiculous to expect to get to your next rank without working your tail off for the Garmin this month. You can't wish for a Garmin, you can't hope for a Garmin, you can't wish for your next rank, you can't hope for a convention prize. It takes the daily action. But here's the thing. I want you to work your tail off for this Garmin and say, but that may be a little bit scary, and because guess what? Maybe you missed the Garmin by one person. Then here's what I want you to do. This is true leadership. You can then go to your team in full transparency and tell them with a clear conscience everything that you did and how hard you worked and how you came up short, but that's okay because it was important to you. Setting goals was important to you and you want it to be important to them. So that is still leading by example. That is still leadership because you are instilling in them the importance of having goals and the importance of working hard. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. This is like boom. Here's a question for you. If you took your IPA for this month, and if your team did everything that you've done this month, would anybody be rank advancing? Okay? Think about it this way. If you look at your activity for the last 3 months, would that be what you want your team to be doing? You can never expect your team to do more than what you are doing. And so if you're wanting your team to rank up, if you're wanting your team to earn this Garmin, then that's where we start. It has to start with leadership. I want to charge you guys to each recruit 10 new level ones by the end of March, and that will completely transform your business. Here you go. If you are planning on going, if you want to go to Hawaii this year and be Emerald by July, that's a non-negotiable. It simply probably will not happen unless you do that. So I can't emphasize enough the importance of personal recruiting. But tell your teams what you're doing. Don't forget, lead by example. Your team needs to see the bar. Your team needs to see what you're doing. It'll help engage on your team page as well. Go do how to make your team page awesome and make that one of your 4 posts every day. Something that you did to show your team by example. Okay? The person that's going to get you to Emerald isn't on your team yet. They're not on your team yet. So what does that mean? You better go find them.